South Florida, once known as the illegal drug capital of the country, has now earned another dubious distinction. A distinction for a quieter, less violent crime, but one that's even more costly than the drug trade. We're talking about Medicare fraud, a crime that costs taxpayers $60 billion every year. That's $200 for every man, woman, and child in America. And the feds say South Florida is at the center of it all. From outdoor dominoes to rolled cigars, cuisine to extra strong coffee, all found along just about any street you look. Little Havana is known nationally as the center of Cuban politics and culture in the United States. But it's quickly becoming known for something else.
You have Medicare, right?
Medicare fraud.
Hussein took Luana from Chandelier.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
He climbed to the highest point on the boat, hoping it would stay above water. But the boat quickly capsized, throwing Hussein into the pitch-black sea.
When I jump in the water with Liana, I'm going deep in the sea. The Liana slide in my hand. I'm swim to looking to try to see if I see Luana. I don't see it.
Hussein's screams were just one in a chorus that filled the night, like the 16-year-old girl who called out for her parents.
Mommy, Daddy, help me, I'm dying right now. There was nothing we could do.
But the sound Whistler Santillo says he'll never forget is the knocking that came from inside the boat after it capsized.
Like this. Open for me.
Boeing Corporation just recently announced very large health care premium increases for its 90,000 employees, blamed the Obamacare plan. The plan did cut the Medicare Advantage plan, which a lot of Floridians depend on, and just to top it off, most Floridians in polls say they're opposed to it. How do you defend it to them?
Right now, insurance companies are playing chicken with Floridians and Americans. Yes, they want to jack up premiums and co-pays right now. What was the excuse last year? And the year before that? And the year before that? And I'm just shocked to hear, now the new lingo from the governor talking about Obamacare. I wonder if he said that to the president when he was walking with him on the beach.
Thank you,
I think it's important to know that you got to have a leader that will stand up regardless of what the poll says when it comes down to standing up for Floridians. I mean, it is really mind-boggling to me how, Governor, you can stand there and start throwing out accusations saying, "Oh, Obamacare," and
Governor, I will give you a very quick rebuttal to the attack.
Thank you. When we were on the beach, we were protecting Florida, and that's what I talked to him about.
But you're for offshore oil drilling.
I didn't interrupt you.
You're for offshore oil drilling.
No, I'm not. I'm opposed to it.
He's
the guy that wants offshore oil drilling.
Now you are.
You got him
now
confused.
You are. I don't know. I mean, you were with Sarah Palin a couple of years ago saying drill, baby, drill.
I never said drill, baby, drill.
You were clapping.
I was there to support my friend John McCain.
There's been a proposal for the last few years to establish an internet sales tax. Do you think that's a good idea?
We see tonight that she's receptive to increasing the internet sales tax, but she's backed property tax increases, payroll tax increases, water tax rate increases, cable tax increases. So she's going to have to propose some tax increases to pay for all the things that she's proposed.
I'm going to stand here and be Ronald Reagan. There you go again. I said earlier in this debate that you're just throwing mud out. $12 billion. I don't know where you get that number from. There's no number like that in any of my plans. And this is why we can't trust Rick Scott. He just keeps bringing back the same old mud and the same old dirt over and over again.
She proposes all these new spending ideas, has no earthly idea what they're going to cost, but she's not responsible for what those costs are. She doesn't know what they are.
That is temperament. That is temperament.
Let's move on.
On Radio Gambi,
let's move
he does that all the time.
No, that's another falsehood.
No, it's not a falsehood.
Let's
you
move
know
on.
it's not.
One of the attacks.
You
know it's a falsehood.
You speak something in English and then you talk differently in Spanish.
No, the one who...
That is the problem that you have. You don't say things just one way, English and Spanish, and that is the problem we have.
Of falsehoods. The history of, even in this campaign, calling an opponent, in this case me, a coward, and that I am under the dress, you said, of my
Okay,
campaign.
we
that I hide under the dress.
You hide.
Congressman Mayor, I'm going to take control here, please, both of you.
But you hide.
There's no question. There is no question.
That's how you denigrate and insult women.
No, I don't denigrate women.
How can this possibly
be
a good idea the way you both are going at each other here? I mean, right now, voters want to hear what the issues are. So please, let's move on and let's talk about some of these issues.
The state of Florida has some $1.5 billion and about 10 million accounts statewide, unclaimed money people don't even know about. And it turns out you could have money waiting for you. Give us a call. How can somebody find out if they've got money here or not?
Al, this is a super simple process. All we really need to know is the people's name, and we can look their name up. We're bouncing their name off approximately 10 million names, those of unclaimed property owners throughout the state of Florida and throughout the country, actually.
And the bottom line is you are a state official, so when people are talking with you, they don't have to be worried about giving this kind of financial information to an outside party.
That's correct. The Department of Financial Services, state agency based in Tallahassee, obviously, and this is our one and only job, is to recover and hopefully return unclaimed property to its rightful owners.
For 53-year-old Beth Skelly of Fort Lauderdale, her crowning glory has been a royal pain thanks to those annoying gray hairs.
I started off plucking the grays, and then it was like, I'm losing this battle. So then I started dyeing my hair.
Then her sister told her about an all-natural product, a pill she could take that would make her gray go away.
You won't believe this product. It really works. I've been taking this. You feel good, but your hair is like dancing.
Well, after 6 weeks of taking the go-away gray pill, Skelly says the product really lived up to its name.
What I really liked about the product, and it took about 3 weeks, was an energy that wasn't there before. I have energy anyway, but I needed energy in the morning, and it's like my hair was as awake as my body.
So how does it work? Well, creator Kathy Began says the secret ingredient is an enzyme called catalase. It reacts to our body's natural production of hydrogen peroxide.
We all have an enzyme called catalase that will break down the hydrogen peroxide. And as we get a little bit older, we don't produce enough catalase, and then the hydrogen peroxide cannot be broken down, and that bleaches your hair from the inside out, turning it gray.
Began says her product is a proprietary mixture of natural ingredients that includes vitamin B6, folic acid, saw palmetto, and L-tyrosine. Sounds pretty harmless, right? But is it safe?
They all sound very natural, but not knowing that tyrosine goes into adrenaline and tyrosine goes into thyroid hormones could land someone in trouble taking too much of it.
Nutritional biochemist Jay Foster of Body Chemistry Associates in Miami says too much L-tyrosine can be a problem for people who take medication for high blood pressure and thyroid disease. And Foster says the mineral deficiency may be the reason your body is not making enough catalase.
Our experience is that we have enough enzyme molecules in there. If they're not active, it may be a mineral deficiency like a copper deficiency or another deficiency that might be blocking the catalase from working.
So the bottom line from Foster?
Be something that'll work for some people maybe and not for others.
Skelly's a believer. She says she no longer colors her hair, and her crowning glory now makes her, well, feel like a queen.
A woman is happy when her hair is happy.
I was a truck driver in the United States Army.
And it was his job in the Vietnam War that left 62-year-old Hugh Boyle injured. His tractor trailer rolled over and exploded August 10th, 1970.
I had sustained a spinal cord injury which resulted in what amounts to quadriplegia.
Surgery and various other treatments have allowed him to gain back movement over the years. So when he saw an ad on the internet for a study using hyperbaric oxygen treatment to help injured soldiers, he jumped at the chance to help out.
What I'm trying to do here is to just be part of that data stream.
It should take approximately 2 years for the study. Each soldier will be getting 40 to 80 treatments.
South Florida Center for Hope in Deerfield Beach is part of the national study. Center founder Hope Fine admits the study mission is twofold. First, to help injured soldiers, and second, to get the government to take notice.
We're trying to show the government how effective the hyperbaric oxygen therapy is, so these soldiers can get either back to life or they can get back to the front line. And it will save them billions of dollars in pharmaceuticals.
Fine says research shows this treatment has helped patients with stroke, autism, brain trauma, and wounds.
Most people start seeing a difference after the first or second week. they will start feeling different. They'll start sleeping better, their moods will improve, their memory will start to improve.
To participate, you must be a soldier or veteran with mild to moderate brain injury or suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder. Boyle hopes something good will come from this.
Potential benefits, they may very well be very worthwhile.
I wanted to find another way to get to the end result without punishing all the time and saying punishing words.
Sue Epstein Garcia of South Dade says struggles with her 5-year-old son Aaron had her searching for unconventional ways to discipline her child.
Timeouts weren't that effective for me at home, to be honest with you. I felt like I was getting a lot more power struggles than a cooperation.
She's my first and only child, and I was just literally at a loss.
Erin Zolman was also looking for a better way to communicate with her 4-year-old Kaya Blue.
Basically, the word no became the only word that I knew to use, and I just wanted to do something else.
Both women turned to Mindy Becker and her Grow With Us classes in Miami that teach the benefits of a nationally recognized parenting concept known as conscious discipline.
Conscious discipline is a social emotional intelligence program that teaches adults how to respond to life and conflict instead of react. And then, having those skills, teach children how to do the same.
Becker says the concept is based on current brain research that gives parents the ability to guide and manage behavior and then pass it on to their child. One key concept is feeling safe and calm by breathing through challenging situations.
We do obstacle courses, we do yoga, and that's the #1 thing in conscious discipline is it's my job as the adult to keep you safe, and it's your job as the children or child to help keep it that way. And we're going to work together to do that. They don't even realize they're learning because we're just having so much fun.
Becker teaches 7 discipline skills: composure, encouragement, assertiveness, choices, positive intent, empathy, and consequences. She says these help parents resolve conflict in a loving way while they interact with their child.
I feel that the entire world can be different and we can have less bullying, less suicides, less war, less gun. I mean, all of these things could be different if we all knew how else to get along with others.
According to these parents, the conscious discipline parenting skills have improved their relationships.
I need to control my own upset first. I need to take care of my own frustration by breathing before I try to respond to him. That was one of the most helpful pieces of information.
Once you put it into practice, it works, and that's all that I need to say.
3 decades of golf, tennis, and softball have really taken a toll on Brenda DeFiore's right knee. The 65-year-old doesn't participate in sports anymore, but recently simply walking left her in excruciating pain.
It's been 30 years, and now a lot of that has turned into arthritis and some degeneration.
DeFiore was a sure bet for knee replacement surgery, but her doctor, orthopedic surgeon Joseph Pereda, suggested she try something else, a non-invasive brace called Bionicare.
What it does is uses a electrical current around the joint, and what this current does is it affects things called chondrocytes, which are the cells inside your knee, and these are the cells that produce our cartilage.
Amazingly, the doctor says the electrical stimulation makes dormant cell membranes receptive to more nutrients, ultimately rebuilding cartilage in areas where it had worn away over time.
Here's the outside of the knee, nice space, but look at this inside. The bones are almost touching each other. This is the only thing I'm aware of that can actually make an arthritic problem better. There's a lot of things out there that can make it feel better. This can actually make your arthritis better.
Patients have to wear the brace for 750 to 1,000 hours to really get the full benefit of the device. Now, if it doesn't work, no harm, no foul. Patients can still have the surgery if they need it. But after just 3 months of wearing the Bionicare brace, DeFiore is amazed at the results.
I've noticed a lot more flexibility, less pain. Of course, the biggest thing is pain between family and children and grandchildren going to their games, their sports activities. And I wasn't able to walk to those things, and now I am.